Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in and watching this video with us. And today I just wanted to take a couple minutes and go over this hunt, this bull elk behind me, and just discuss that hunt a little bit. Because I was going over some footage a little while back and watching our videos. And when we first got started, I definitely wasn't talking to you guys and explaining the hunt while we were hunting, but this hunt was incredible. I absolutely loved it. Me and my wife, we took a week off of work and we headed up. We was doing backcountry, had some horses with us, and we was just gonna do day rides in and out. And we had 4 tags in our pocket in total. I had a deer and elk tag, and my wife also had a deer and elk tag. And it was just the most fun hunt I've ever been on. It was just me and her and a couple horses, and it was spectacular. I will drop a clip right here, right now, to show our camp setup. Well, we got the teepee tent all set up. Got our little fire stove inside, just in case it gets cold. Goes right out the top here. Pretty fancy. Got our big old double sleeping bag. Pretty cool, pretty cool. It's gonna be a great time. It's gonna be pretty sweet. It was a pretty neat deal. And then, so we was in there for 3 days at this point. We kept missing the morning hunts, waking up too late, and it was cold, and we didn't want to get moving. So we only had ended up hunting the night hunts for those first 2 days, and that 3rd day that we were in there. The 3rd day we was in there, we ended up getting back in there further, deeper than we'd been the other 2 days, and it was pretty beautiful back there. It was pretty gorgeous. Anyways, we're riding the horses up this trail, trying to get to the top, start doing some glass and whatnot. There's this hill we come up over, and it kind of benches off, and there's a little turn in the trail. And I was in the lead on my horse, and I come up over, and this bull was standing right there 5 yards, I kid you not. It was incredible. I don't have a clip of that. I wish I did. It happened so fast. But it was just cool. He was just sitting there feeding and seeing us, and he took off, went up the hill, trucking through the trees. It was just incredible. And then, so I jump off the horse, and I start doing some cow chirping. I had my reed in my mouth. And then I'm doing some chuckles and some bugling, and I just kept going at that. And I walked up the trail further, and then came back down, and was just moving around, making it sound like we were elk, just right there moving around and stuff. And so it was just me and her, and this is my first elk tag ever. But I went with my dad a few times in the past and was bugling for him, so I've had a little bit of experience bugling, and just not that much. And I'm not by any means a very good bugler. It sounded horrific, but it worked. We ended up tying the horses off, grabbed the gun out of the canvas, and we walked up in the trees probably 100, maybe 50 yards, and we sit down and just start bugling at him and cow chirping, and I can hear him at the top of this ridge, and I'm like, oh boy, like he's not gonna come to us, but let's keep trying. Let's just sit here and have some patience and try really hard to get him to come to us. And so this goes on for about 10-20 minutes, and all of a sudden he just chuckles. No bugle, just straight chuckles, mean, aggressive. and then we hear him come crashing down the timber. And so I'm like, oh yes, he's coming, he's gonna come into us. And then we stopped. It seemed like an eternity, but I'm sure it was only 5 minutes. We didn't hear him, we didn't hear no sticks breaking, he wasn't bugling. And then all of a sudden, 5-10 minutes goes by, I hear a stick break over on the left, and I'm adjusted straight from where I heard him and the crashing was coming. And I look over to my left, I don't see nothing. Another 10-15 minutes goes by, and then I hear a stick break over on my right. And there he was, just incredible. We missed that footage. We wasn't fast enough to get the first shot on film. But I turned, and I stood up, because where I was at, I had a tree blocking my view, and I would have shot the tree. So I stood up, put my gun up on him, and just free-handed it. First time I ever rifle hunted even. Just put it right on him, shot. He ran about 10 yards to the right, turned and came straight at us. And at this point, I stood up, threw my hands in the air because he's coming right at us. And then he goes out about 50 yards. And this is where I've got it on film, but I cow chirped and he stopped again. I must have missed that first shot. I don't know. We only had one bullet wound in him. One bullet hole in him. So he stopped again out about 50 yards straight in front of me at this point, and this is where we've got it on the film. And then you can see me in this clip right here. So I took that shot. He stopped perfect. All I had was vital signs, or like a side of his vitals right between those two trees. And took that shot, and it hit low. So he takes off. I'm cow chirping to try to slow him down so he don't take off and go way too far. And I don't know how well that shot was at that point. And so we sit there for probably about 20 minutes or so, and then we get up and go over towards where he was standing when we shot, and we're looking for blood just to see, you know, the color of the blood, or if there's any bubbles in the blood. And we're just looking at that and whatnot, and we can't find any blood at all. So I'm a little bit worried at this point that I completely missed. And we just started following his foot tracks in the dirt, and he couldn't have went 100 yards and piled up. I seen his antlers down off the hill, and he was laying there. But we keep following his his tracks. There's no blood at all. There was nothing. There he lies. Yes. Yes. Woo. Yeah, that's it. And we get down to him and poked his eye and whatnot, make sure he was dead. But it was just crazy, and it was a fun hunt. Especially to do that and experience that with my wife. That was what meant the most to me, is that she was there with me when it happened. But I just wanted to explain that hunt a little better for you guys, and because the video was not a very good video whatsoever. So, but now we know what we can do different on our next videos and stuff, and I hope that we're getting better for you guys. We're doing the best that we can with what we've got, but I appreciate you guys for following along to our adventures and our just memories being in the Just Rich outdoors, you know. It's truly a blessing to get to live the life we live and enjoy the country that we get to live in and near. I wouldn't trade it for the world. But thank you guys for tuning in and watching another film with us. If you guys would please like and subscribe to the channel, and comment on the video. Tell us what you guys would like to see next. Tell us what we can improve on for film, what you guys' interests are, and how we can better perform for you guys, so you guys can enjoy what we're doing. But thank you guys.